I guess I'd like to first ask what your takeaways are from not only the first partial day of trial, but also jury selection.
It's about what we expected. Jury selection was done, if anything, a little more quickly than I think we all thought. The judge gave everybody a free pass. If you didn't want to be on the jury, he would just ask you, are you biased? And then he would let you go.
Mhm.
Normally, if you were to come to court and have jury duty really anywhere else for any other trial, the judge would drill down. And if you said, I'm biased, they would ask you 20 questions about, are you really biased? Are you not biased? That part of it, they got rid of a whole lot of folks. That was fairly efficient. And opening statements, I think, were about what we expected as well. If you think about it, opening is the most really critical part of any trial. I know I've seen studies that suggest that 80% of jurors make up their mind during opening statement and they
Hmm.
don't change them throughout the entirety of the trial. It
Wow.
is critical to have a really effective opening statement.
Hadn't thought of it that way. That's a really interesting way of putting this. So, with that being considered here, with those opening statements being so critical, how did you feel like the two sides did with that?
Prosecutor did what I think they wanted to do. Uh, make it simple, 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 make it really easy and straightforward, give the jury a roadmap. Also, I think what you saw was that they tried to make an emotional hook there too. Why does this matter? It's not just enough that we think that there's these people broke the law, but here's why it matters. And they equated it to the 2016 presidential election. On Donald Trump's side, we saw what we expected to see there too. They went after the weak spots. They went after the witnesses who have vulnerabilities. Also, a little bit of trial advocacy, a little bit of hidden stuff. We're going to refer to him as President Trump. That's what his lawyer said. And the more and more they do that, I do think that that adds something to his client's credibility and clout in the courtroom.
Hmm.
Whether that has an additive effect when all is said and done, we'll see.
Now, the judge has also ruled here that some of the former president's past verdicts and past cases can be brought up by the prosecution in cross-examination if he decides to take the stand. How much does that complicate the calculus for, his side deciding whether he should take the stand? And if he were your client, what would you be
This is
advising him at this
a
point?
case that nobody
New York State has
can
a
bring out from
procedural
him
rule that they call
just
the Sandoval
because
rule, and basically it
whatever.
sounds like
It's
it's
a case
almost
that
designed to
nobody
intimidate people from taking
that
the witness stand and
goes
saying,
back
here's all the 80
many
things that
years,
we're going to hit you with
2015,
if you do take
before
the
that.
stand. This is kind of a
It's a
fascinating
case
cat and
that
mouse
has
game that I think we all need to kind of
accumulated.
keep our eye on, for the
My
reason that
opinion in terms of
if I was
the law
defending Donald Trump, I would do
from
exactly
our
what he's
side is
doing. I would tell everybody in the world that we're going to
side
get
is
up there and
concerned.
testify.
But this is
I,
a
I
case
wouldn't. I would
where
advise him against it, and I
you
think
get a
most
lawyer
lawyers would.
who's a
Most lawyers who
lawyer,
defend folks would tell
and
you
he can
there's no reason, right?
legally
This
spend.
is not a
What's the exact
self-defense
term they
case. This
use?
is not a he said, she
Legally
said.
spend.
But if the other side thinks he's going to testify, that's some pretty valuable resources, right? That they're taking off the front lines to prep for him testifying.
Hmm.
So we'll see if that actually happens. But again, most people are not going to testify in their own defense. I've yet to read anything that tells me that you are anything other than more likely to lose if you take the witness.
Attorney Jeremy Rosenthal, thanks for taking the time with us here on day one of this trial. We will probably be reaching back out before it's all said and done.
Thank you, Jason.